Hi, I'm Scott Smith. This series of videos is going to be on the Financial Freedom Plan. We're going to discuss the economy and some very specific solutions to some significant problems in our economy. These problems have been bandied about for decades, and no real solutions have been set forth at all. And in fact, if you're among the 80+% of Americans who feel like they are slipping behind, their standard of living is being eroded year by year, this plan is for you. Inflation is destroying the lives of Americans today. So are high taxes. And the deficit is destroying the very fabric of the economy through a growing debt. It seems like there's no way around it. It seems like you're either going to have to raise taxes, which would only hurt us more, or you're going to have to slash spending, which would also hurt us. And it's like we're in a dead end that there is no way out. But there are solutions, and they are a paradigm shift. They're revolutionary. And in this series of videos, I'm going to talk about exactly what is going wrong with the economy, why we got here, and what we need to do to solve those problems. The truth is, we could cut the taxes you pay personally each year, slash them literally to 0.5% of the income you receive, and at the same time collect much more revenue than we're collecting today. Enough so that there would not be a deficit. And in fact, we could even pay off the national debt in less than 10 years, even at $38 trillion. And we could pay untold benefits. It sounds too good to be true, but it is in the math. You have to understand what's going on in our economy. You have to see where the money is. And you can understand the solution to a more prosperous nation for all of us. I look forward to having you follow me. You can follow me on LinkedIn. I'm also on X. I'm on TikTok, and you can find me on YouTube. And in my playlist on YouTube, you can find all the videos. I also talk about new structures for private equity. That's my day job. I help private equity firms improve their returns. And yet, the irony in that, and I face it straightforward, is that in the Financial Freedom Plan, the role that private equity companies would play would be greatly diminished. And so I am from the monetary economy. That's where I learned economics. And yet, I understand the material economy. That's the secret. There are two economies. You can make more money in the monetary economy. But here's the problem. The monetary economy has its own life. The value of financial assets can be traded up without any relationship to a change in value in the material economy. And that is why inflation hurts so many people today. 99% of us earn our living in the material economy, producing the goods and services that create the nation's wealth. In the monetary economy, whereas you can make more money, you're not actually producing goods and services. And yet you consume the goods and services. You can see where the disparity begins. We need money. We need a financial operating system. But we want a financial operating system that stimulates growth in the real economy, that contributes to the wherewithal of the citizens of our nation. Currently, the way it is structured, the monetary economy exacts a tax on the material economy. That's the pain you feel with your paycheck being eaten up by taxes. That's the pain you feel when each week when you go to the grocery store, prices are higher. And guess what? Inflation is not under control. There's a lot of political pressure to say that inflation is coming under control. It is not. And the inflation rates that are shown by the Consumer Price Index, the CPI, they do not represent the real growth in the cost of living that people are experiencing. We'll talk about inflation in this series, and we'll talk about its roots, where it comes from, and what can be done about it. For now, we'll close out this video, and I ask you to follow me and study the Financial Freedom Plan. You can also visit my website. The link is at the end of this video.